Coming up on Around San Diego, a San Diego native giving his own life to save others. We'll share the heartbreaking story out of Yuma. And new results of a federal survey find the vast majority of South Bay residents have major concerns over the Tijuana River sewage crisis. More on that ahead. Plus, the controversial Cottonwood Sandmine project will not be moving forward, for now at least. We'll have details on this week's vote. Hello and welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us as we take you around San Diego. I'm CBS 8's Jenny Day. I'll get you caught up on a week's worth of news and we'll look ahead in less than 30 minutes. We do begin with an East County native who is being remembered as a hero. 51-year-old Jeff Brady died in the Colorado River over the weekend, drowned while saving 2 children. His friends tell our Shannon Handy everyone who knew him loved him, adding they are not surprised his final moments were spent doing something heroic.
He was a great guy and we lost a good one.
Summer Needham became friends with Jeff Brady 37 years ago after the two met as freshmen at Granite Hills High School in El Cajon. She says while his large stature made him stand out in every room, his heart was even bigger.
He was pretty quiet, but he was this gentle giant, very funny, sneaky funny, but a heart of gold.
Which is why Summer isn't surprised Jeff sprung into action Saturday when he saw 2 boys, ages 10 and 12, in trouble in the lower Colorado River.
The boys were just fishing and the little one got caught up in the current. It was particularly strong this last weekend, and the older brother kind of went in after him to try and save him, and Jeff saw this from afar and went running and literally dove in after both of them because they both were being taken out.
Jeff held the boys above water until they could be rescued. He never resurfaced. Hours later, a dive team recovered his body. His heroic act happened in a place he knew well. Growing up, Jeff and his family, including his twin brother Greg, spent nearly every weekend at the river. Just 2 months ago, Jeff made Arizona his permanent home. He bought a house in Yuma so he could help care for his blind father. His girlfriend joined him on what was supposed to be their new chapter together. The boys he saved are her nephews.
He gave his life for them, and I know everybody is incredibly thankful for that.
Jeff was well known in the MMA community, a former fighter himself. He worked with the Professional Fighters League, supporting athletes both behind the scenes and through sponsorships. Many have taken to social media thanking him and sharing what a great person he was. His impact was so far-reaching, even UFC CEO Dana White donated $10,000 to a GoFundMe page set up in Jeff's honor.
It's been amazing, the love and support that we've seen. He was a hero to all of us.
This Sunday, Jeff's friends are holding a fundraiser here at Curbside in La Mesa starting at 3 o'clock. Their hope is to raise enough money for his family so they can carry on the legacy he leaves behind.
Jeff moved out there for that reason, to take care of his dad, and all that now falls on Greg. This is where he needs our help and our support through this time.
We're all worried about Greg. You know, it's his other half. They did everything together. They were inseparable.
Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
Yeah, truly just heartbreaking, Shannon. Thank you. Well, a federal agent is now suing the city of San Diego and several of its police officers. The lawsuit has to do with an alleged violent encounter over a parking space outside of the Carmel Mountain Rancho Costco last year, and it was caught on camera. Take a look at this. Security video captured part of the encounter between Homeland Security agent Chu Ding and Officer Jonathan Ferraro. Both were off duty. Ding's attorney says Ferraro used a racial slur against Ding and slammed the 53-year-old into the ground. He suffered a concussion, a fractured rib, and a dislocated shoulder. Ding also claims that once police officers arrived, they handcuffed him and kept him for hours in the back of a hot car. His attorney also says officers made a false police report that claimed he was the aggressor.
A person who is employed by law enforcement and is a person who looks upon law enforcement with respect, it was a disillusioning and painful event for him.
Yeah, the city says they are unable to comment on pending litigation. We'll keep you posted. And Vice President J.D. Vance was recently in San Diego for a visit that included a stop at a University Heights restaurant. And that restaurant visit sparked hours of protests.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Yeah, so that was some of the commotion outside of Soichi. San Diego police say it did remain peaceful, though, and no arrests were made.
I think that America, we have the right to protest, so that's a great thing to have. I do feel bad for the vice president. I think he should be able to eat some sushi in peace with whoever he went with. But it was a bit hectic, you know, for them to take 3 hours of our day to block off this street.
Yeah, the couple has been here before. The vice president's wife, Usha, is from San Diego. Well, low clouds and the pilot's nervousness about busy airports may have contributed to a plane crashing into the ocean last month off the coast of Point Loma. That's according to a preliminary report released by the NTSB this week. Investigators say after the twin-engine Cessna took off from San Diego International, the pilot reported he was struggling to maintain control of the plane. Data shows the aircraft made erratic movements after takeoff, dropping from 2,000 feet to just 200 feet. Then climbing back up to 1,800 feet before crashing into the ocean. 6 people were on board. Despite a massive, nearly 3-day search, their bodies and most of their wreckage remains missing. Well, new results of a federal survey find the vast majority of South Bay residents have major concerns over the Tijuana River sewage crisis. From air quality to drinking water, to health concerns, 4 out of 5 respondents say they have had to change their lifestyle because of the cross-border contamination. The CDC study found 67% of respondents do not believe the area is safe to visit, work, or live in. 97% are concerned about air quality.
I've been able to body surf in Imperial Beach in 8 years. I can't take my grandson to the beach, and I've lost that bonding time with him.
For sure, and local congressional leaders have secured $650 million in federal funds to fix the South Bay International Wastewater Treatment Plant, but that will still take years to complete. Well, the controversial Cottonwood Sandmine project that neighbors have fought to keep out of East County for years went before the Planning Commission this week and failed in a split 3-3 vote. Before that vote, an hours-long public comment hearing was held. Neighbors have been fighting that project again for at least 7 years now. We talked with them to get their reaction after the vote.
We put our faith and trust in our county officials to make the right decision, to be heroes for our community. And today, by them voting, at least to deny it, even with this 3-3, they came through for us.
The developer has said he will appeal, which means this project heads now to the Board of Supervisors for a vote this fall. Well, right now, a donation to the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank can go twice as far. Just $1 can be turned into 4 meals. Whether you donate $10 or $100, your generosity will be matched through the summer food drive all the way until August 5th. I stopped by the food bank this week to learn more about just how important it is to help our neighbors in need. Yeah, if you have it in your heart to make a difference, now is the time to do so. And that's because the need for food assistance has only increased. And right now, your donation will be matched. Let me remind you, we are talking about working San Diegans here who are struggling to put food on the table. And therefore, they are coming to the food bank in need of some more help. Children over summer break right now are opening empty pantries, and we deeply care. That is why CBSA is involved. Julie Moore, you are also making a big difference, the Director of Community Engagement. The San Diego Food Bank feeds 400,000 people in our county every single month. So talk to me about the need and the big summer food drive right now.
Right, yes, thank you. You're right, 400,000 people a month on average right now is a more critical time because it is summer, which means students and children are not in school and don't have those free lunches that they can rely on while they're in school. We're super excited for our second phase of our summer food drive. We just launched a match campaign thanks to the generosity of Joan and Erwin Jacobs, $200,000 match. So every dollar that comes in will be matched, and that means every dollar brings in 4 meals instead of just 2 meals.
There's lots of ways to be creative and give back.
Yes, so the virtual food drive is a platform that allows you to work with your friends, your colleagues, your book club, and you all come together as a community. Go to sandiegofoodbank.org, and all the information's there about the summer food drive as well as the virtual food drive platform.
Francesca De Vera from our city libraries, I want to bring you into the conversation as well because you are doing so much good. Again, 1 in 3 children just in San Diego do not know where their next meal is coming from. It's hard to grasp that. So during these tougher summer months when kids are home and don't have access to that food, the library is now providing fresh produce.
Yeah, we're so excited to partner with the San Diego Food Bank. This is the first time this summer to feed our communities. Just being a frontline library worker, our families are struggling with the mounting price of food. So at our lunch sites every Tuesday at College Rolando Skyline Hills, families can pick up fresh produce and dry goods. We're also having it at other library sites. So thank you, San Diego Food Bank.
Thank you. Sincerely, thank you so much for the good work that you are doing. San Diegans certainly have been generous in the past. This is the 15th annual summer food drive. So again, if you do have the means to give back, now is the time where your dollar can stretch really far. Guys, back to you. Well, coming up, flagpoles honoring the nation's heroes at Miramar National Cemetery are in need of repair. We'll share the patriotic efforts being made to restore them. Well, San Diego's iconic Crystal Pier in Pacific Beach is back open after more than $2 million in repairs. The pier was shut down more than 18 months ago, back in December of 2023, for extensive repair work. The nearly century-old pier suffered significant structural damage after a series of intense storms. And for the first time, the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is now adding plants to their frozen zoo. Scientists recently successfully cryopreserved samples from 18 endangered noodle scrub oak trees, a species that cannot survive in traditional seed banks. The breakthrough opens the door for preserving other at-risk plant species. The hope is that the samples will be used to help reintroduce plants into native habitats or study certain resistance traits. And at Miramar National Cemetery, 50 American flags have proudly flown over our nation's heroes for years. But now those flagpoles need repairs to keep standing their solemn watch. CBS 8's Abby Black shows us the patriotic effort to restore these symbols of honor.
This is one of the most beautiful and patriotic right turns you'll ever make.
As we drive into Miramar National Cemetery, Dee Foles says the avenue of flags never fails to move him.
50 flags that fly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
These 50 flags have stood watch since 2012, a donation from the Miramar National Cemetery Support Foundation. They guard 36,605 heroes and spouses laid to rest here.
But after 13 years of weathering San Diego's elements, the internal mechanisms to these flagpoles need to be replaced to continue their sacred duty.
Sadly, this one's starting to go.
Dee Foles knows these flags intimately. He personally touched every fold of Old Glory.
Oh, I feel super special. There's not very many people that can get this close to an American flag.
For 3 years, he's volunteered to ceremonial decommission and replace them before Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Rather than burning retired flags, Dee repurposes them. He carefully cuts a pentagon around each star, attaching a note about its final watch over Miramar National Cemetery.
Oh, thank you. It's part of the flag.
So far, he's handed out 23,000 stars.
When I present this star to somebody, this star, which is from these flags, will live forever.
But to continue this mission, the flagpole's inner workings, called the halyards, need repair after years of battling salty air, wind, and sun.
And as you can see, that there's significant rust and wear on those. And that only makes sense because these haven't been changed out since the flagpoles were put in 2012.
The foundation launched a 1-month virtual gala in July, aiming to raise $100,000 for repairs. Miramar's the only national cemetery with an avenue of flags.
It's not the wind that blows the flag, it's the last breath of a soldier.
To learn more about the virtual gala and donate, visit CBS8.com and click on the Help button.
But this is a symbol of our country. There's nothing that screams our country and pride of service and sacrifice more than that American flag. So at all costs, it needs to be maintained and be an outstanding symbol of our nation.
In Miramar, Abby Black, CBS 8.
I sincerely hope they meet that goal. Abby, thank you. Still ahead, a look at how one business is making fast fashion more eco-friendly. That's next in an Earth 8 report. Well, in a world of fast fashion, why not try a more circular approach? Sip and Style is an eco-friendly pop-up that embraces feminine fashion. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis met up with the pop-up's founder, and she shares how this business approach could make a positive impact on reducing textile waste in this Earth 8 report.
Did you know that the average person throws away more than 100 pounds of clothing and textiles every year? Tonight in this Earth 8 report, meet a local woman turning her passion for fashion into a mission, working to keep clothing out of our landfills and giving new life to what we wear.
Positive Fee is a San Diego-based sustainable fashion business founded by Sophie Haig. The brand focuses on promoting circular fashion.
The end of the life cycle of clothing is actually when that item ends up in the landfill. So with circular fashion, what we are aiming to do, or what I'm aiming to do with Positive Fee, is keeping that item alive.
According to the National Institutes of Health, fast fashion's cheap synthetic clothing is often worn only a few times before being discarded, ultimately piling up in landfills and contributing to pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. That's what Positive Fee is trying to change.
I went down this kind of rabbit hole of sustainability and what was really going on behind the scenes.
In 2020, after watching the documentary The True Cost, which explores the worldwide effects of fast fashion, Sophie was inspired to find a more responsible way for people to enjoy fashion.
I couldn't do it another way. I had to then make my business.
Sophie adheres to the guidelines of circular fashion, collecting donated high-quality clothing from the community and recirculating the items at curated pop-up events, like the upcoming Sip and Style at Pier Project North Park on Sunday. All items at Sip and Style are carefully selected and quality checked in advance and organized by size and type, with new inventory added throughout the event as you browse from 1 to 4. The styles also change with the seasons.
So this is a all ages event. This is not a 21 and up.
Exactly. Okay. I always host at family-friendly venues, and Pure Project is very much that.
While this concept grew from an eco-friendly focus,
just being able to keep apparel circulating throughout our economy and making sure that it doesn't go to waste, I am a really big advocate for.
Sip and Style also promotes community bonding that you might not get from shopping at a retail store.
Sometimes shopping in retail stores is really difficult, and this feels like a much more community environment where everyone's helping each other find clothes that fit them best.
The Ellen MacArthur Foundation, a nonprofit creating evidence-based research on the benefits of a circular economy, believes efforts designed to eliminate waste and pollution that use circular economy principles can contribute to resolving global challenges like climate change and biodiversity loss. Positive Fee certainly hopes you'll give circular fashion a try. For CBS 8, I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis.
Yeah, what a positive movement. We can all do better and do our part. Carlene, thank you. Well, that will do it for us. Thank you to you as well for your time. Thank you for staying informed. For CBS 8, I'm Jenny Day. Take such good care.